Okay, everyone, it's 4 o'clock.
Sorry, sir.
Chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the Jefferson County Health Department, calling this November 25th special meeting to order. So can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Deal?
Yes.
Dr. Henry?
Yes.
Mr. Prater?
Here.
Mr. Fig?
I'm here.
Ms. Davis?
Present.
Dr. Henry, could you read the Health Center's mission and vision, please?
Sure. JCHD will champion positive health outcomes and behaviors through innovative programs and community engagement. And the vision is advancing the health and safety of Jefferson County.
Okay, thank you. Next item is approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make an amendment to the agenda, please.
Okay.
I'd like to amend section 7 where it says new business. I'd like to scratch Mrs. Kelly Vollmer and put in Mr. Dennis Deal, please.
Okay. Any discussion on that? We need a second, I guess. Sorry.
I'll second.
Okay, motion second to amend the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, I also have to amend the agenda. At this point, I don't believe we need item 6, the closed session. So I'd like to delete that from the agenda. So my motion is to delete section 7 from the agenda.
You mean section 6?
I'm sorry, section 6.
Second.
Okay, so motion and second to delete section 6. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I also have a motion I'd like to make to amend the agenda. I'd like to drop section 7, part 2. Under new business, part 2.
Second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second to delete section 7, part 2. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
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 No. Okay, that fails.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
3-2.
When there's a motion put on the floor, is there a discussion for that? Typically in Robert's Rules of Order,
Yes.
motion put on floor, motion seconded is, and then your reply would be,
I always ask for discussion. If
right, you
not
forgot to do that.
time, Is there discussion?
Yes. I brought with me something I want to share that is the reason that, that discussing that particular thing. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up here, and this is my discussion. And after it's played, people can discuss it. Okay.
What is this?
Just a few minutes. It's an expert, a doctor that's discussing what's going on right now.
Point of order, please. Can I have a point of order, Mr. Chairman? If this doesn't have anything to do directly with
It does.
the actual document and discussion of this document, and if it's anything to do other than with the document as presented, then I don't think we should have to be having this listen to anything about any other information, correct?
My understanding is all that we do a discussion under Robert's rules of discussion amongst the board members, and in particular with the people that make executive development, it's not for additional for discussion.
I'm just asking to be able to share an important, will there be another time that I could share this? It's just a few minutes. It's very, very important information that we
What's it
should all be
about, Miss?
given.
Miss?
You know, if you don't allow me to share it now, will you allow me to share it at a different time?
Yes,
You will?
we'll determine that at some point.
Okay, during the meeting
Any
tonight?
other
Okay,
discussion?
thank you.
Okay, hearing none. Let's retake the vote. I'm sorry, I forgot about discussion. So all in favor of Mr. Prater's motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No,
No. Okay, motion does not pass. All right,
I make a motion that we approve the amended agenda.
I second.
any discussion on that motion? And
Is that the
second.
agenda from the last meeting?
We're amending this
No,
agenda.
this
We're
agenda.
voting on this one because we removed closed session number 6. And we addendum number 7, where it says new business, to scratch Ms. Kelly Balmer and put Mr. Dennis Deal in there.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion second to approve the amended agenda. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, so the amended agenda is approved. I have a few comments regarding this meeting. I know all the board members have received numerous emails that hopefully all of us have read. Those will all be retained by the custodian of records. Any specific questions will be responded to. Also, obviously, seen a lot of information on social media. Also had comments at 3 meetings from the public. I've seen some comments about people saying that this meeting, it was not convenient for them to attend. We've made every effort to make every meeting available online. Questions can be asked online. Answers will be given. Also, comments that our director has stated in the past that we would not be seeking a mask mandate. There was a meeting at the Civic Center where she did say that at that time, we were not seeking a mask mandate. We were going to try voluntary mitigation measures. Done a lot of work, everything we can think of to try to reduce the incidence of COVID-19. And as the numbers show, these voluntary measures have not helped. We do
Exactly. What is
appreciate-
it we're trying to
we
do
appreciate
in the
that.
measures?
We've got a lot of support and input from leaders in the community who help with messaging. But again, got great concern about the numbers that we're seeing. So next order of business is new business. Discussion of procedures for future meetings during the pandemic and to act on recommendations regarding those meetings. So do we have comments on that?
I'd like to put a motion on the floor to have an open discussion for as long as it takes to where we can get our thoughts and our ideas out on the floor about this entire matter and talk openly about it to each other, share thoughts and reasonings on what we're doing, what we're wanting to see happen for our county. So that's, the motion would be that we would have an open discussion at this point until we feel like we're done. And then at that point in time, we would end it.
So we have a motion, which, I
Point of
think-
order. I don't think you can do a motion on discussion because we have discussion. If there's no motion, you got to have a motion and a second to have discussion on something, correct? Thank you.
So,
Then if you can't do it with a motion, can you just offer to do it for us, Mr. Chairman?
I think we have to have a way to discuss specific topics. I think your motion was very general, so I'm not sure what you wanted to talk about.
I think there's a lot of things that, are involved in the type of thing that our director is proposing. And that there's, plenty of information out there that we need to consider.
Ms. Davis, this isn't a proposal from the director. This is a decision by the board.
Yes. In order for us to make that decision, Mr. Chairman, I feel like we need to openly discuss all of the information and, what implications this could have on us now and in the future. We don't need to blindly go into asking for an emotion and vote for things before
Okay, before
We've
we get to
fully
that,
discussed it.
what discussion is there regarding future meetings? Any discussion?
We put that on the agenda.
Okay, I'm sorry. I saw that request. I didn't know that that's what this agenda item was about. So,
If that's the agenda item, talking about having virtual, I think that any special meetings, we should, but a regular monthly, we should still probably all meet up together. So that's my opinion on it.
I agree to some degree, but I want to make sure that we're all being safe and wearing masks, because if we're not, what I'm saying, that we need to make sure we're protecting all of our staff here. That was kind of my thought, was because sometimes people are reluctant to wear a mask inside. That was my main thought, is for protecting some people who are at risk populations.
I think that we need to, going forward, we need to make sure that we have some sort of a meeting place that's larger than this. There's a major concern about that. There's people that would love to come to our meetings and hear what we're saying and participate and speak. I don't understand why there's not public speaking here tonight. Anybody know why? Have you invited anyone in to let them sign up to speak?
as I mentioned, Ms. Davis, we've gotten a huge number of emails, social media posts. I'm not sure what any comments would add to that.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion that we table number 1 under new business until the next meeting.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so item 7, number 1 is tabled until next meeting. Item 2 is act on the director's recommendation to support a joint order requiring face masks to be worn by residents in order to slow the spread of COVID-19.
I'd like to put a motion on the floor to amend this order.
Amend what order? Sorry.
Item number 2. item number 2.
You want to amend an order or amend number 2?
I'd like to amend number 2 with some discussion.
You need to present your
What's your
amendment to
amendment?
what? The order itself?
Yes.
Would you please list out your, would you
Actually-
please list out your amendments?
I'll withdraw that.
You said you wanted to make one, so
Right now, I would like to move to table the amendment, the order that's on number 2 on the agenda, and table it until we have time to sufficiently look into and research and gather more ideas and understanding about this particular, about ways to mitigate the positive cases, if there is a way to really mitigate it.
point of order, that'd be the second attempt to remove it from the agenda. Do we double up on attempts on this?
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion on that?
I have some discussion, Mr. Chairman. May I have the floor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, well, we would love to hear from you. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate the opportunity to address you on this very important matter. What I'm going to say is lay
Dennis, we
language and
don't
blunt.
know what this is or who's
Please-
speaking.
It's counter-narrative,
This is my,
so you don't immediately think I'm a quack.
what I
I'm
want
going
to
to
present.
briefly outline my credentials so that you can understand where I'm coming from. in terms
Please
of
show
knowledge
some
base
respect
and
and just hear,
I'm a
this is
medical
only a few
specialist in
minutes.
pathology, which includes
It's
viral
important.
Okay, I think you're out
I
of
trained
order.
at Cambridge University in the UK.
Um,
I'm the ex-president of the pathology section of the Medical
we had a
Association.
motion
I was-
to table item number 2.
So are you, Mr. Chairman, you had the floor open and you recognized me and told me that I could speak and share. I'm
Okay.
beginning to share and you're interrupting me.
You can speak.
Point of order.
You can speak on your motion.
This is discussion for the motion. For,
I'm
that will be
sorry,
amended.
It's not relevant. Any other discussion?
Has
Okay.
legal went over the order and approved language and everything? Thank you.
Has everyone, have all the board members been, or had a chance to read the executive order?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
At this point, can I ask, as far as an order number for Jefferson County?
Point of order, Chair. We have a motion
Thank you.
on the table to table this ordinance. We need to have a vote on it, please.
I'd like to add to that to say that we would table this for until the next meeting while we gather more information.
That's an
Because we were
inappropriate
just
statement.
presented with
You
this
have to make
order
Are you amending
Yesterday,
are you amending your previous motion?
I am. I'm
Now we have
amending
an
it.
amendment to the motion.
Okay, so the motion's to table number 2 until next meeting.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Okay, guys, what will it hurt to go over this? We just got this yesterday. And
We need to vote on your,
this is discussion, correct? This is discussion, right? Did you just ask for discussion?
yes.
Thank you, sir.
Point of order, we need to move on the agenda.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman, he's out of order because you just asked for discussion and I was just getting ready to discuss.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so the discussion is, guys, we've got very, very serious things here that I'm concerned about. Not even talking about the face mask, but even going into after 21 days, this says that if the cases don't come down, it can go right into stricter measures and occupancy limits and gathering limits. You'll destroy the businesses in this county. People will go out of business. People will get depressed. The actual effects of the COVID, this would be a lot larger, the effects that would happen from something like this. I'll go on. Another thing I'm concerned about is that you're not going to be able to control the positive cases if that's what this is all linked up to, positive cases. And that's going to be the indicator and the litmus test on what we do, what we don't do, what we do next, what else we try. Then that right there makes this all invalid, because everybody is saying the same thing that are experts, that you can't control this positive spread right now. It is out of control everywhere, not just in Jefferson County. It's not because we're unmasked and we don't have measures that we have this. It's because it's a spread. And what we really need to look at is this spread something that we should try to control, okay? That we're not sure that masking and other measures can take care of.
So you're proposing doing nothing.
I'm proposing to take another month
I,
and bring in some other ideas. And one of the ideas I'm talking
We've already
about
done
is,
that
is
twice.
the
through-
rapid
we've
testing.
been doing that for 6 months. in the state.
We've never brought
I'm
in,
gonna call a question on the
this is a discussion.
motion.
This
All-
is a discussion,
anyone
Mr.
opposed?
Chairman.
This is to the amendment, correct?
Yes.
Mr.
See,
Chairman,
that was the
you're
positive part.
supposed to leave a
In favor
discussion
of-
open until people are done discussing.
All in favor of the motion,
This is the
Please.
amendment.
the amended motion?
Can we repeat it? Or do you want me to?
No. I'd like you to vote.
The motion is that because we just got this yesterday and it is very involved, and because it's based on the positive case numbers that we cannot control no matter what we do, that we should not entertain the idea of passing anything on this tonight until we've had a chance to reword this
Please vote.
and look for other ways to mitigate
Please vote or we'll move on.
what's going on in our county, if there
All,
may be.
all opposed to the motion?
No,
No.
or I, yes, I'm.
All right.
No,
That motion's
no to the
defeated.
motion. God damn. We need to have a vote on the original motion to table. The original motion was to table it. Now we need to have a we need to have a vote to, for that.
The motion was to table it for
To
30
table.
days.
However,
The motion was amended. We voted on that? Do we need to
yes,
vote
but you have to
on the-
vote, you have to vote on the original.
The motion that was on the table was the vote to amend it to postpone this, but not, that's the motion that's on the table right now.
Right,
To amend the original motion, we have to vote on that first.
right.
If that fails, the original motion to postpone discussion of this indefinitely is the motion that is on the table.
Right, that's the one that's on now.
So the original motion was to postpone this indefinitely?
Mr. Chairman, I propose to put an amendment onto that motion to
We need to vote on.
postpone it indefinitely
So
with
this
an
is-
amendment.
This is your original motion?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
let's vote on who supports the original motion, please.
Second it.
And second, thank you. I'm sorry. Everyone in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed?
No,
I did just have one more discussion item I wanted to review. On page 7, starting on line 4, down on line 6, it says further restrictions may be considered by the Board of Jefferson County Health Center and the county executive. I'd just like to verify that any of these restrictions that would be considered would require a vote of the board to implement.
It's my understanding.
Okay.
Is that right, Christie?
As an executive order, it does not require the vote of the board to approve it. What you're looking at says, people are kind of putting cart before the horse. It's saying in the event that the pieces don't drop, then the board can consider different additional measures. And that can be accomplished either by board ordinance or it can be accomplished with the order. By the director.
By the director? Or
Would
by
you
a-
give me that
By a vote of.
location again, please?
Page 7, and starting on line 4, the specific line is line 6 and 7.
You're asking what are you asking what the county is going to do?
I'm asking what this organization can do.
This organization can do exactly what it's doing today, which is moving to approve or issuing an executive order.
And my concern with the further restrictions may be considered by the board as a Jefferson County Health Center. I would just like to know that any of the further restrictions that are listed in that paragraph. My concern is where it says further restrictions may be considered by the board of the Jefferson County Health Center. I don't want that to be interpreted as if we approve this, that the director can implement those without board approval. I don't want this to be a blanket approval.
Sorry, it does say that may be considered by the board of Jefferson County Health Center. I would propose that would be us, correct?
It's legal, and I just want to be sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can either be, the board can choose to do it on its own and adopt it as an ordinance, or it can do exactly what it's doing tonight, which is going to allow her to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So something, it still had to come back to us.
Okay, still require votes.
Yeah,
Correct.
so either way, it's a vote of a majority of the board.
Yes. If there's going to be any additional from what this is. If there's going to be any additional from what this is, it would take us. Yes, and I agree with you on that.
That's what I was looking to verify. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so can I have a motion to approve the executive order as presented?
Mr. Chairman, I move to strike something in, on page 7 and paragraph where it says number 4, it is further ordered that should this mask requirement not result in a decrease in number of positive COVID-19 patients within 21 days of the implementation, further restrictions may be considered by the county executive. I move to strike that. And then it would read, it is further ordered,
Ms. Davis, that's up to the county.
Board of Jefferson County Health, including but not limited to restricting numbers, that we would take completely that date out, that 21 days out.
You don't want to have an endpoint to this?
I would like to replace the 21 days and give this some time because, you know, we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Is this a motion? Is
This is,
this, we're not discussing, is that a motion? Because we need to have a motion, we need to have a second,
We
then we
need-
discuss.
Ms. Davis, you're
The-
asking for a change that regards the county executive, not the health department board.
I'm asking that the time limit that's there be changed or removed.
That's the second part of what you were saying.
I'm asking that it be stricken and that this whole entire paragraph be reworded. It's way too loose. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. And positive cases are going up and it doesn't
Mr.
matter if we're
Chair,
wearing masks or
there's no
not. They're
motion
going to
on the
continue to
floor.
go up.
Mr. Chair, there's no motion on the floor. She's
So-
discussing.
What is your motion to strike the entire, starting on line 4 to line 14?
Line 4, from 4 to line 14
Okay,
until at minimum, the next meeting,
Okay, do we have a second?
rediscuss.
Okay, hearing no second, emotion dies. All right, so do I have a motion to,
I make a motion to authorize the director to sign this order in collaboration, this joint order in collaboration with our county executor.
executive? Yes.
And I just want to identify that this is an order, not an ordinance. There's no enforcement. It's a vote showing support that we're asking people to wear masks. So to help with the coronavirus, the last effort, it's not here to do any undue harm to anyone. It's not shutting anything down. It's just saying if you're near someone out in public, please put a mask on to limit the spread. And it's a written requirement. It's an order in collaboration. It's not an ordinance.
So what, I'm just asking, what's the order number?
It would be 20-11-25-01.
Say again?
20-11-25-01.
Dr. Henry, so your motion is for the board to approve.
My motion is to authorize the director to sign this joint order with our county executive.
Could you read the number, please?
Order number 20-11-25-01.
Okay, thank you. I'll second that motion. Any discussion?
I'd be happy to discuss that right at this point. Now, may I please play what I brought that is important for us all to hear?
I believe the counselor said you're not supposed to do that, but
It's in relation to what we're getting ready to decide upon.
Discussion is discussion amongst the board members. It's not bringing in additional parties for discussion. They're not board members.
Okay, so that we can understand what this is, because it was just given to us late yesterday, my fellow board member is saying that our county executive, in collaboration with our director of the health department, has come up with this order to ask people to wear face masks, when I thought that's what we had already asked them to do. And if this has any kind of fines or implications to that effect, I would like to know right now.
Ms. Davis, may I ask you a question?
Sure,
Have you read the document?
I have.
Okay, so in the document, it shows clearly, it's spelled out exactly what it is. So if you didn't find anything in there, it's not in there.
I'd like to ask our attorney, because what's that, ma'am? There's no fines associated with this order whatsoever.
Any other discussion? So we have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
I opposed.
Okay, so it passes 3-2.
Motion to adjourn?
I will second that motion. Phew. I said emotion.
Motion second to adjourn. All,
Is there some discussion before we adjourn, please? I feel like
It had to be referenced to the adjournment.
it is. I think we need to stay open for a minute here to discuss that, this could cause people to argue and fight with each other. Oh, there's a resolution. Why are you, how do you, if somebody's 6 foot apart from somebody, they're going to want to fight because you don't have your mask on or your nose is sticking out and you're outside and it's just going to be crazy. What it's going to stir up in the community instead of, and it's honestly not going to reduce the positive cases. Mark my word, even the places that
I'm
are
not gonna
heavily
argue.
masked and
We've already been over
heavily
the
mandated,
information. and I'm
their
not gonna argue
positive
with you.
cases are the same.
We've got a motion on the floor, sir. I don't,
Just saying, this is not productive. I'd like for us to work together and
All
try
in
to come up with some
favor?
ideas.
All in favor
That
of
will work.
adjournment, please say aye.
I,